our Prime Minister's discussed with people in Brussels, with her opposite numbers right across the European Union, what the future relationship between the UK and the EU might look like. And I think we heard back pretty clearly that to remain in the single market meant accepting all four freedoms, including the freedom of movement, meant accepting the jurisdiction of the European Court of Justice. And in her speech at Lancaster House earlier this year, our Prime Minister emphasised that that wasn't the kind of arrangement that the majority of those who voted in June last year were voting for. So the conclusion of that is that Britain will be leaving the single market. But European countries are our friends and partners, so what we want is a comprehensive and really ambitious trading agreement with the rest of Europe. And that's in our interest, but it's also in the interest of every one of the countries in Europe. I think if you just look at the trading relationship between the UK and Romania, for example, one great piece of news is it's growing. Bilateral trade is something like €4 billion per year, and that's fantastic. I'd like it to grow further, but the movement is in a positive direction. One other interesting factor, which is perhaps less good for the British ambassador to Romania, it's perhaps better news for my colleague Dan Michalake, the Romanian ambassador to London, is that the trading relationship is heavily weighted in Romania's favour. I think Romania exports about €800 million more to Britain than it imports. It's very good news for Dacia cars, for example. It's very good news for Romanian textiles companies exporting into the British high street. So, I want to build on that relationship, and I think it's heavily in all of our interests that we maintain the ability to have a comprehensive trading arrangement between Britain and Romania and between Britain and all of the other countries of the EU.